Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's teaching. I think we will be doing this in English, if I'm correct. And very excited to share the following information with you and the following time together. So I hope that you have a wonderful day of rest in the presence of the Lord, and that He will really open up so much truth, so much revelation, so much understanding in the session today. My heart for today, I sent Michelle a message a few weeks ago, and I told her, listen, the Lord is pressing on my heart to release this as soon as possible, because I feel like there is a massive need in the body of Christ to be equipped, and to be able to have the understanding, to have the resources to help yourself and to help your loved ones. And I know this is an incredible key in that process towards healing yourself, understanding the path of healing, and also to help others in this journey. So I am going to teach today on my tablet. For those of you who know me, I'm not a technical type of person at all. My husband usually does all of the tech stuff, and I want to be sharing between two screens. So I want to talk to you, and while I'm talking to you, I want to share to explain certain concepts for you on a drawn out board, to explain the period of treatments, the dosages, the whole protocol, treatment plan system, in helping you to be able to design that yourselves. So I will be going back and forth to these two different places where you will see my face, and then you won't see my face, and it's going to be a whiteboard behind, or you're going to see a whiteboard, and you're going to have me draw pictures to explain the process to you. So today really is, in my opinion, a follow-up session to loads of my teachings that I've done. If you haven't watched any of my material, that's fine. You can just sit in, you can just listen to this. But I would love for you to go onto YouTube and to go to my channel, my YouTube channel, Hadassah Healing Oils, and to make sure that you watch all of the other videos that I have there available. And those videos are really extremely powerful in helping you to understand oils, the body, the tabernacle within the body, the code of the human body, how oils function within the body, how herbs function within the human body. And that is the basic understanding for today. So from there on, this session follows. And this session is about, okay, now we understand all of the things that the Lord has given us. We understand oils, we understand herbs, we understand how the body functions, and also where the lies have come in regards to what we thought health was, and healing was, and medications was. And so this session will really look into, after we have this revelation, after we have the understanding, how do you implement it in your day to day? How do you implement it, first of all, with a normal, I want to say normal, but it's not necessarily normal. It's just a daily symptom that you might have. You know, a bee stung you and you got an allergic reaction, or you walked and you had a fall and your knee was cut open. How do you treat everyday situations, which is not chronic? It's not a chronic sickness programming within the body. And then also on the other side, how do you treat practically chronic disease programming within the body? And those disease programmings are usually much deeper, and the path to healing looks different from a daily wound healing process to somebody has a stomach bug, or you have a quick fever, to a chronic disease that you need to deprogram out of the record of the body. And today I want to look into both of these in depth and help you to understand the process to healing the body. We all really love quick fixes. I've seen this happen everywhere. Everybody wants to know, okay, if I'm going to use this oil, is it going to heal me, and how long is it going to take to heal me? Or if I'm going to use this piliki, you know, am I going to use it for 1 month and then I'm done and healed and all is set and well? And that's just, it's not how healing works. It didn't take you a day to come at the place of healing, or lack in the body where you are at currently, and it's not going to take you a day to get out of this place of total restoration. Total full restoration takes time, and it takes different processes for different people regarding what the record is within your body. Okay, so before we start with this, I would love for you guys to have a notebook in front of you. I don't know if you do. I did not say that in the start, but if you are watching this on Zoom or wherever, if you are watching this on Facebook later or on YouTube later, please make sure you have a notebook in front of you, because I want you to work with me while we go through the processes. And then if you are watching this on YouTube, will you please stop, go to the previous recordings, watch them first, and then continue with this one, if this is something you're watching later after we have made this recording. And then before we start, I want us to pray first. Just ask the Lord to speak what he wants to say. Every time I have a very interesting life, I struggle to prepare for a teaching or for a conference. The Lord just does not allow it for me. So he really wants to speak for me every time uniquely what he wants to say. So I believe today will be something special in regards to what the Lord wants to bring to the table, revelation that he wants to open up, understanding that he wants to open up. And may he come with his spirit of truth, and may that truth set you free completely. So that is my expectation for today, to see you guys being equipped and to see you guys being ready for battle. A few years ago, the Lord told me, I'm going to send you out to go heal all the nations. And I thought, wow, that is really amazing. How great of a calling. And I thought, Lord, this is going to be something amazing. And when I started with the process of starting to heal the nations, I quickly realized that this is not a job for one person. It's not one person going out to heal people, going out to heal the nations. It is the complete fullness of the body of Christ being equipped with the understanding and the knowledge to be able to heal all the nations. There are billions of people on this earth, and most of them are struggling with some sort of disease, some sort of sickness, some sort of symptom, if it is genetic or chronic or because of their environment. People are suffering on their level of health. And the Lord wants to bring breakthrough, but he needs us to be equipped, and he needs us to have the understanding. Even if you're not a doctor, even if you're not a pharmacist, if you're not a, in any way have any medical background, I would love for this to be equipping to you, to make you able, to enable you in being able to help others. If you have no understanding on the biological process of a disease, I still feel like the Lord is placing keys in our hands of basic understanding, basic principles, basic blueprints in getting them, understanding them. The scripture says, above all, get wisdom. Wisdom is so crucial in the time that we're in. So may the Lord download with the spirit of wisdom and understanding to healing that you have never seen before, that you have never understood. And may there be fruit upon this for generations to come, for the people of the Lord, the body of Christ, to come into alignment, body, soul, and spirit, to what he has called us for and what he has prepared for us in the heavenly places. I am not necessarily going to work through loads of scriptures today, because today is going to be very practical. Again, I'm going to explain to you with all of the background teachings how to practically incorporate this into your daily life. I want it to be at such a place where if you are 80 years old and you have listened to the medical industry for your whole life, and you're sitting in your room today with heart failure, kidney failure, and struggling to breathe, I want you to be able to know exactly how to help yourself. Not even in need of going to anybody, not even in need of asking somebody, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I not do this? But to be equipped in understanding with wisdom how to help yourself. because that is the biggest gift that I can ever give you, is to be able to understand basic principles in wherever you are at in your life, wherever you're at in your situation, in healing that process within your body. Okay, so I am very excited to see the fruit of this teaching, because I feel like all of the systems that we have in the world, the daily, systems that we are currently in, all of them are really trying to keep away from us the knowledge and the understanding to why things work the way they do, or why are you struggling with the symptom. They're just constantly trying to give an answer to the problem, but not explaining, or some sort of answer. Not always are the answers. They most of the time just management to the problem. But none of the people explain the process to help you be free from the problem. So that's what I want to do today, to explain, not this is your symptom, this is the treatment, but this is the symptom. That's not the root of it. The symptom is not the disease. The symptom is not your lifelong story. The symptom of your high blood pressure is not the disease. That is just the effect that your body is showing of something that is being that is out of place, out of order, out of its original design. And if you fix that, the symptom will fix itself, it will heal itself. And so we need to look different in regards to why we are struggling and why we're not getting breakthrough. I believe that we're in a time where I want to see breakthrough. I want to see the fruit. We are all quite tired of trying all of these different things, but not getting the fruit of it, or the truth of it, or the breakthrough on it. Okay, so that's going to be the mission for today. And may the Lord help me to carry over this message in the fullness. So, Father, in the name of Yeshua, we come to you today. Thank you, Lord, for this day. We want to bless your name. We want to honor you, your name above every other name. Your kingdom, Father, is established in the heavens and on the earth. And Lord, I ask that you would come and cover us this day with your spirit of wisdom, your spirit of understanding, your spirit of insight, your spirit of might, your spirit of the fear of the Lord. Father, may you come and just open up the revelation knowledge that we need in order to walk out a life of overcoming, a life of healing, a life of breakthrough. Father, and I ask that you would teach us and that you would guide us, each one individually, on this path of overcoming, Father, because we cannot help and we cannot teach about, not help, but teach about something that we haven't ourselves gone through. So, Lord, I ask that there would really be a infusion in this seminar of your wisdom. And Father, that you would use this for your kingdom, that you would open up this teaching for nations. And thank you, Lord, that nations would come to full healing through this. And Lord, I also ask that for each person watching, wherever they are from, whatever their background is, Father, I ask that you would come and open up the depths of the hidden mysteries and the knowledges of Christ, seated in Christ in heavenly places, and that you would open up the truth in your word. Father, thank you that this would bring breakthrough, and that it will carry healing wherever it goes, in the name of Yeshua. So Lord, I ask that this day, this session would be covered with your shalom, with your perfect peace, and that everything that is being said and explained, Father, that it will happen through the Spirit of truth, and in you, that it will be established. In Yeshua's name, amen. Okay, you guys, when we speak about healing, I want to explain the path to healing. There are a lot of people that I've seen get complete healing in different situations, in different chronic diseases, in different symptoms. And then there's loads of people that I've also seen not getting the breakthrough. And we need to understand that healing for each person even if it's two people with the same condition. Let's take thyroid, for example. So we have a 40-year-old lady with a thyroid problem, an underactive thyroid problem. And we have a 25-year-old girl with a underactive thyroid problem. Okay. And if I tell you, good, the protocol for treating thyroid will be the thyroid blend, the DNA protector, the underactive thyroid herbal capsule. That's the protocol. And that is unchanging in regards to the two persons. But the path of healing and the process to the healing might look completely different for these two people because of different things written within the record of your body. So we have 3 layers where sicknesses and diseases are written within a specific code within the body. You have the body layer, which is the record of everything you've ever partaken of. And for those two people, that will look different. So in the body level, we have, for example, vaccines that has been used. We have chronic medications that have been used. We have the amount of radiation you've been exposed to, the amount of chemicals, poisons, hormones, endocrine disruptors, etc., drugs, smoking, oxidants, oxidante, ek is altyd seker in Engels, etc., that you have been exposed to. Okay, that leaves a record within your physical body. A person that's been vaccinated in regards to a person that has not been vaccinated has a different record within their physical body. And then the time and the amount that it takes, or the process that it takes to clean out that first part is going to be different. So maybe the girl of 25 is going to take a month or a week for her healing to break through. And it's going to be wonderful and fabulous and good. That's great. And maybe the lady of 40 years old might struggle for 6 months, 8 months, 1 year to get her breakthrough. And that is because the record is different in every person. Besides the body level record, you also have a soul record. And that is coded within the innermost part of your cell. It's the inner cord of your cell, of your body. And in that area, we see the different trauma triggers that is keeping your diseases in place, the different emotions, the different wounds, pain, offenses, everything that has not been dealt with within the soul area is in that place. So you can clearly see that two people does not have the same trauma record, not only within their own lives, but within their bloodlines, which also has an effect within their body. It is not the same record. So we need to look at physical, the soul, all your emotions, unforgiveness. A lot of times we think, oh, I've forgiven this person. And then the Lord shows and reveals, no, not yet. So this roots to a disease is in 3 levels. And this area is very, very important to sort out. And again, as you have the capacity to work through your trauma, as the Lord opens it up and reveals it and breaks through, that record is going to shift and change in a specific amount of time. It's not going to be the same for each person. And then we have the next layer, which is the last layer. That is the spirit area. And that is within the core of the record of the human body. It is the nucleus, the DNA code. And no person's DNA code is the same at all. And your DNA code and the epigenetic markers you carry, the generational codes that you carry, is going to be different to the person next to you with the exact same condition. And that condition is usually kept in place. I want to call it a symptom. I don't really want to call it a disease condition, because I believe that every single thing within the human body can be completely healed. That is who the Lord says He is. And your body is made in such a way that it can heal itself completely. So let's just call it a symptom. We can even call cancer a symptom for the discussion of today. We really need to change the way we think in regards to an untreatable disease or a chronic disease, because what that is a record written in the body that needs to be changed and restored, and you will be healed. So we have three layers. We have the body, we have the soul, we have the spirit. And all of these need to come in alignment. So healing, complete healing, this means that you are set free from any symptom and you are not under treatment of any product, if it might be a chemical medication, if it might be a Western medication, or even a natural oil, supplement, herb, tea, whatever the case might be. You are not under the constant control, or I do not want to say control, treatment of that specific thing in order to keep your healing in place. Does that make sense? So when you are healed, the body has restored on all of the levels, on all of the layers, and the fruit of healing is there. That means nothing is needed to keep it in place. That is true healing. And that is something that I'm seeing very, very rarely within the body of Christ. When the Lord says that he comes to bring us life and life in abundance and healing, and he is the healer, what I mostly see within us is a place where we keep our symptoms controlled. We control our symptoms. We are controlling it either with a specific medicine or a constant daily use of something, but that's not true freedom and that's not true healing. So the Lord does want us to take us to a place of that complete healing. And as I said, the time frame for that is going to be different. What I do see in scripture and what I do see out of science is that there is a basic time frame where the body can restore itself if it is under the perfect conditions, the perfect eating plan, the perfect conditions. It can restore and renew itself within 1 year. Okay, so we see also Esther was treated on her body with oils for 1 year. So that's really interesting to look at the parallel between that. But truly, I want to say that having that perfect condition is very rare within our body, because you have to eat. Please listen to the previous teaching that I did on eating clean, but you have to eat seriously clean, and you have to, have really create an environment where your body can reprogram on a cellular basis every organ, every cell, in order to be able to do this within 1 year. So I want to say, if it is a focused, completely committed process to bring forth healing in your body, I think 2 years is going to be a better time frame to look at, because we do not have a perfect environment. It can be different for each person. I'm just giving you more or less an idea. Okay, so in regards to my previous session where I did on the restoring the record within the body, that for me was a 6-month period. And within the life of Esther, you also see that 6 months period and another 6-month period. So the Lord does what he wants to do within you, and he can do it within the time frame that he wants to do it. I've seen people getting healed literally on day 1. I've seen people throwing their 30 years of thyroid medication in the bin and getting complete healing overnight. I've even seen my mother being completely healed from epilepsy on literally the moment the Lord spoke to her and she threw her meds away, and it was an absolute incredible life-changing moment. But not everybody's path is like that, and if your path doesn't look like that, it's not something that you're doing wrong, because the Lord wants to walk with us with a path of healing. This is what I see most of the time, that it is a path of intimacy with the Lord, and he wants to show you, and you need to be obedient to what he is calling you to do. I need to remember to to drink water in between. Okay, so we will open this up for discussion at the end and for questions. So the Lord wants to be he is very personal within healing. And he's not into quick fixing. He's not into, quickly drink this pill and you will be fixed. That is not how the kingdom works. And if you really want to have something sustainable, you need to be able to produce that fruit. And that fruit does come with commitment. So just from the basic understanding, that's what I want to discuss. Now, when we look at treating the body and understanding a treatment protocol, I'm going to explain this to you guys today with different symptoms and different problems that we might be facing. And if you want to say in the chat box exactly what you want me to discuss, maybe you want me to quickly discuss a protocol for ADHD or for poor eyesight, whatever that might be, you're welcome to ask it, and we'll do another session after my first session to just not another session, just another part of it to explain those different ones. But I will be explaining this today in regards to Hadassah Healing Oils products, because that is my ministry and my company and everything that I have understood and built regarding restoring medicine and restoring dosages and restoring the process of what medicine is supposed to look in your body is built upon Hadassah. So if you have one oil like orange, and you have a peppermint oil, and you have red yeast extract, or whatever the case might be, which is single products, please just understand the full picture of what I'm trying to do in giving you the best answer. And the best answer and the best protocol does come and develop through years and years of research and treating people and seeing the results and seeing, okay, this one is better than that. This is working much more effectively. This process is better than this one. I'm seeing more fruit in this dosage than in this dosage. So that is where I'm coming from after, helping really thousands of people and seeing the way that is best in treating a process. And that's also how our designs, our treatment protocols, and our treatment plans are written on our website. So there are more than 500 different treatment protocols written out on our website, hadassahhealingoils.com, that you can go and study and understand why am I saying drink this and use that and use that. Okay, we're also going to look at what is keeping that specific problem in place. So I'm not going to go into depth about that. There's loads of information on our website in regarding what is keeping something in place. But just a quick example. If you are struggling with your skin and you have severe eczema or psoriasis or acne, the skin is again just the reflection. It is a symptom. It is the part of the body that is telling you, there's a big problem. The skin is not necessarily the direct place where we need to do the treatment on, because your skin is showing, it is reflecting, it is giving the fruit of what is going on mainly within your gut, what is going on within your adrenals, your hormones. And when we start healing the body, the skin starts sorting itself out. So there's something very important. So psoriasis, that is autoimmune. Again, we have an autoimmune code, a reaction that is taking place within the inner core of the cell that needs to be treated. The skin can also be treated. The skin can also be treated for acne or for psoriasis, but that is an add-on treatment. It is not going to be the main treatment. And if we only treat the skin, we will be treating the skin for 10 years, putting on a bandage, taking off a bandage, putting on a bandage, because the skin is not necessarily the problem, the root issue. Another example that I can give to you is, for example, if you have extreme sinuses, your sinuses most most of the time reflect something else that is wrong within the body. So either again, you are struggling with your gut and we need to ask questions to where is the root of this disease, or you have root canals and implants in your mouth that is causing extreme bacterial infections on the nerves in your face that is directly connected to your sinus cavities, that is causing constant allergic reactions and sensitization and sinuses. And then we might have something, for example, like there's so many that we can look at. Extreme joint pain and constant IBS gut issues. Now, that might be because of a parasitic infection within your body. That is the root keeping the gut issues in place. So if you have not sorted out specific detoxing pathways and you have all of these symptoms, let's look at where the root might be and start eliminating certain roots that is keeping that disease in place. And then I also want to say as a disclaimer that not every disease, this is so important, not every disease does for sure 100% have a root in all three of these areas. Sometimes you can have high blood pressure just because of what you're eating wrongly. And sometimes you have high blood pressure because there's a trauma trigger to that process. And sometimes you have high blood pressure because of fear, but not necessarily every single body out there that has high blood pressure just for sure has fear that they need to sort out. And I think sometimes we do get a bit consumed with the spiritual roots of everything, and then we just say, okay, but because you have varicose veins, you have unresolved anger. And that's not necessarily for every single person the case, because there might be a body record causing that thing, or there might be a spirit, a DNA, a coded record, a coded program that is keeping it in place. And the anger could have been removed and the anger could have been dealt with, but because of these two things, the symptom is still in place within the body. So just be very cautious regarding this. I have seen a lot of cancer patients, and everybody's first thing with a cancer patient is, okay, you have bitterness. And not necessarily everybody who has cancer for sure has an unresolved root of bitterness. So there's loads of areas that we need to look at. It's not only one-dimensional. There are multiple places where that thing is kept in place within the body. And I think because we have only looked at one, we have missed some of the other, and the symptoms are still being kept in place, because you are not only a body, you're not only a spirit, you're not only a soul, you are all three in one, and all three in one needs to be treated together. And that is the main concept on medicine. If medicine isn't able to work body within the body record, work within the soul record, and work within the spirit record, we cannot, and I want to say this with so much grace and love, we cannot classify it as medicine, because medicine is supposed to function in the design that you function in. If it doesn't, that means your body cannot respond to it. If it isn't in the same design, your body cannot receive complete healing from it. What it might receive is a symptom being switched on or off, but that doesn't mean the record is restored and renewed and rewritten. So I hope that explains it to you guys. I'm quickly gonna do a share screen. Share. Please, Michelle, just please let me know if this is working. If it's not working, I need to know.
We can see.
Can you guys see the white page?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So I usually like doing this in on my black notepad, but it seems like it doesn't want to work. So we will try. We will just try this one. Let's just quickly look.
Felicia, for some reason, we can't hear you anymore. Okay, I think if we just wait for Felicia, she'll probably join again just now.
Is ek terug?
Jy's terug.
Okay, dit het obviously nie gewerk nie. Ek gaan net gou 'n ander plannetjie maak. Okay, is everybody on the call? Or is it just me leaving the call?
Yeah, I think so.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch to my phone and just quickly want to put this on here. And I'm gonna just use the tablet and explain it by hand. So that's just gonna work better. Let's just see if this, okay, I'm back. So what I'm gonna do, everybody can see me. I will just be using this and explaining it like that. Is that fine? I should have just done that from the beginning. Okay, when we look at a cell within your body, I'll net hierdie gou-gou so 'n bietjie afkry. Julle alles mooi kan sien. O nee, ander kant. Okay. Yes. How's that? We will work on this one. A cell within the human body has 3 parts to it. You have, that's the cell. You have the DNA. This is the code within the body. The DNA is a bit skewed. Please don't worry about it. This is the code, the record. The record is written within the code. And then you have the innermost part, that part which is surrounding the DNA core. And that part is where the trauma, the memories, the emotions, and all of those soul area sits. And then you have the outer part from on top of the cell membrane, everything on top. All of this is called the body area. And the body area is where you see your symptom. Okay, so the symptom is basically just telling you something is wrong. So on this body level area, I'm just gonna create a quick symptom. So here we have something that has a siren going off in the body. And that symptom is telling you, I am struggling to keep my normal process, my normal order, my normal flow of stuff in control. There's something wrong within either the body, the memory, or the code that is causing a symptom. So that symptom there, that's not the disease. So let's say this is high blood pressure. And you're going to the doctor and you're telling him, oh, I have a very, very bad feeling within my body. He tests your high blood pressure, or he tests your blood pressure and he tells you, okay, ma'am, you have high blood pressure. Now, the next thing that we have to do is we're going to have to put you on high blood pressure medications for probably the rest of your life. It's probably going to be a chronic disease treatment. And what that does, just in short, I just want to discuss quickly the process, and then we're going to go to the treatment plan. It basically blocks off the symptom. So it has a antagonist receptor. It blocks off that symptom, and now you don't feel the high blood pressure. But because you don't feel the high blood pressure, that does not mean you don't have it. It just means that you're not feeling it. And every single day for the rest of your life, you have to drink this pilletjie in order to make sure that you don't feel the high blood pressure. And honestly, I mean, this is just ridiculous. For me, it's really frustrating. And I really want to say with this much honor and much respect to the medical industry, but I just really feel like it cannot be our mindset. It cannot be the way that we think upon diseases and sickness treatment in just managing every single day a symptom. Okay, so what then happens, because we are blocking off the siren telling us, hey, something is wrong, We are stopping the process of healing within the body. And this symptom is not actually sorted out. It's not healed yet. The body record is not healed yet. The physical layer within the body there on that area, please watch the previous teaching, that has not been dealt with. The spirit, the trauma parts, that has not been dealt with yet, as well as the restoration of the seed has not been dealt with. So now this person wants to quickly heal their high blood pressure with an oil or with a herbal capsule, but it is not going to heal that quickly, because all of that processes has to be dealt with in order for that symptom to be completely changed, forever removed. That symptom is just telling you, I'm struggling to keep the original code within my body in the order that it was designed to function. Okay, so I hope you understand that part. We will look at a few symptoms, diseases, and the time frame for treating them. So I want you to do a graph, a graphic. There you have your y-axis on the graph, and here you have your x-axis on the graph if you have had maths in high school. And on your y-axis, I want you to write down all of your symptoms. So you, wherever you're sitting, your husband's symptoms, whoever you want to treat, I want you to write it down. So this might be symptoms like diabetes. And we might have a symptom here of, later you can ask me specific things you want to look at, but let's say ADHD. And I'm going to also put in here hormones. So menopause. It might be PMS, it might be infertility, but just hormone irregularities. Then I'm going to put in here sleep problems. So we have insomnia, definitely something like cholesterol, which most of the population is struggling with. We can put in here pain, chronic pain and inflammation. So please write with me as I am naming them, because you're going to do it on your own notepad. We can add to this depression symptoms. We can add to this high blood pressure. I think I just want to do some of the main problems people struggle with. Definitely, I will add then here thyroid. And then let's finish off with poor eyesight, which also is a symptom. Poor eyesight is a symptom. Hair that is not fully growing to its full extent is a symptom. Dry skin is a symptom. It does not necessarily have to be a massive chronic disease in order for you to classify it as a symptom. If you struggle with dry eyes, that is a symptom you have, and you need to write it down, because we need to get first the root of that problem. Sometimes these things do correlate with each other. Mine is now a bit an overview of a lot of different ones, but sometimes we do see that they do stem from either high acid in the body, or very much parasitic infections, or most of them come from a traumatic event that hasn't been dealt with, or trauma stored within the body. So you will be able to see the connecting areas. And if you want to help somebody with endometriosis and with bladder problems, you go and look at that symptom, ask the question to where is the symptom coming from and how can I treat it? And then that's going to make it much more easier for you. So there we have the symptoms, and we have the time at the bottom. I want to actually do 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 1 year. This is the time frame, the intervals that we're doing at the bottom. And first, let's look at chronic treatment that these symptoms have. So if you are diagnosed with diabetes, I can promise you, you are going to be on some sort of anti-diabetic chemical product. It might be insulin, it might be injection daily, whatever the case might be. There's going to be a chronic treatment for that. So that I'm going to do in red. And I'm just going to make a little line at diabetes, because this definitely we have a prescription medication for. And later I want to discuss with you how to use your prescription medications in the process of getting the body healed, and then start lowering that dosages. How to understand when your body is ready in order to lower your chronic medication dosages and then stop. That is definitely the plan and the path that we are working towards in order to stop whatever medication is being used to keep the body in that place. So for ADHD, the doctor will probably put you on Ritalin. For hormones, you will definitely be on hormone replacement therapy. So all of the red marks is chronic medications. Sleep, most probably you're going to be on a sleeping tablet. Cholesterol, for sure, you're going to be on a statin, avostatin, as a chronic cholesterol treatment, which is one of the most dangerous chemical medications on the market. We will look at that later. For pain, you might have like a seasonal something that you're using for pain. It might be, once a week, or 1 week every 4 weeks, or maybe it's chronic and you're using chronic pain medications daily, but that is something that you will most regularly use or want to use within your house if you do struggle with high levels of pain. Depression, probably you're going to be on an antidepressant. Chronically, high blood pressure, I almost said antidepressant for high blood pressure. Be on a most probably beta blocker, a high blood pressure medication. You are probably going to be on Alpharox for thyroid problems, and you might need to wear glasses. So there is all of our red. That means we're using chronic medications. Okay, now within your body, this person, let's say this is one person, and all of these symptoms are found within one person. It might be very severe. It's a lot of symptoms for one person, but I have seen people with twice as much as this in their own body, struggling with all of that. So this person wants to know, okay, how long am I going to take the medication? How long is my path of healing going to be? Where do I start first? Because I have such a long list of problems. Do I combine treatment? Do I do the depression and the thyroid first, or can I do all of them first? How do I know where to start? And if I know where to start, how long before something is dealt with and I can go to the next one? So that usually is the main questions that we get. Okay, so when we look at that, I'm going to do a little white line at the bottom here. So that white, you see that stripe is where your body is at currently in the healing process. So where we actually want the body to be is up top there. And the path between here and there looks like that when using the chronic medications. So I'm just going to swift change this for you to see. So the chronic medications, is telling yourself or your body, hey, I'm okay, everything is sorted, everything is great, I'm up there being completely healthy. But in fact, it is not there. Your body is not at that place of healing. That's just what your chronic medications is keeping in place, while your body is actually at this place. So in my previous session, I told you guys how I thought I was healthy and everything was perfect in my body. And when I started to do the detox, I started to see, I couldn't believe how much poison and toxicity I had in my body. And I thought everything was fine. So we think this is where we are at on the medications, but actually we are there. And what we want to establish, while your body is in this process of being treated with a chronic medication, that we start step by step rebuilding the foundational stones, the important things within our body that needs to be healed, before just taking away all of this medication. If you have to stop all of these medications within day 1 of treatment, you're going to be very sick. You're going to feel very detoxing symptoms. You're going to feel a lot of withdrawal symptoms because your body has been used to these medications for such a long time that if we just withheld it, as ons dit net weerhou, then it's not going to fix the problem because your body still hasn't healed. So fixing the problem would be this process, to start rebuilding, step by step, rebuilding. So we do liver, we do the kidneys, we start doing the lymph, we start cleaning parasites, we start eating correctly, we start exercising, we slowly rebuild on that area, on that level, layer upon layer upon layer. Different things that your body is in need of for the healing to break through. Okay. And while doing that, over time, as you can see here below, there's a time frame. We can stop these medications in different time frames. So let me just discuss some of them. Diabetes, the root to diabetes, 89% of the time is trauma related. So diabetes can be managed naturally very effectively, but treating and recoding it definitely will involve in treating and looking into that trauma that caused diabetes. So for diabetes, I would at least give 6 months to 9 months before lowering the dose of chronic medication in order for the body to go through that healing process. For ADHD, ADHD can heal quite quickly. I would say about 3 to 6 months. So I would put that in that area where we eat the correct things, where we give the brain the correct nutrition it needs, and the ADHD will probably be able to heal much quicker. Hormones, again, for hormones, the body's hormones is quite interesting. So again, I would say at least 3 months to 6 months of treatment. Sleep, your sleep problem can be fixed within week 1. So very quickly after treatment, you can start seeing your sleep being sorted out. And then you can stop your chronic medication once you see your body responding to whatever you're doing. And you do see a change. You can lower the dose of your medication to half of it, test it, see how your body responds. And if you can leave it, that's perfectly fine. If you can leave it as soon as possible, it will help your body to recover sooner than later. But please do this with wisdom. Because if you don't use wisdom and you just leave medications and your body has not gone through this restoring, that process, you are going to struggle to sustain the healing. Cholesterol, that is something that I would say stop the treatment, the chemical treatment of cholesterol, in my opinion, in day 1, because we can give a natural herbal supplement that treats cholesterol very effectively and sustains that blood level in literally within day 1, and then go and test your cholesterol every 3rd month to see where it is at. So cholesterol medications are very, very dangerous, and that's one, I would say almost the only one that I would suggest to you. If you came to a conference of mine, I would suggest to you, please stop today to drink this capsule, because it is opening up so many other cascades of diseases and problems within your body that is not necessary. And it is not necessary for the body to be in treatment for that. This can be dealt with naturally very, very quickly. Pain and inflammation, again, a week, probably 2 weeks, and you will be done with that. Depression, depending on how long you have been treated with antidepressants, the body is extremely afhankelijk, dependent on your chemical medications. So you might need a few weeks to a few months in order to slowly lower your dosage of your antidepressants. Again, the depression might be rooted in trauma. So we want to see where is the root to treat both of them together. High blood pressure, again, where is the root? But I would say between 2 and 3 months. And then thyroid, again, between 3 and 6 months. And poor eyesight, I would definitely suggest 6 months to a year for eyesight. Your eyes do recover incredible, but it does recover over time, and it does recover slowly. So eyesight, we've seen amazing testimonies with macular degeneration and glaucoma and astigmatism and all types of eye healing taking place. But I would say at least 6 months to a year of treatment before you're going to see a drastic change. Okay, so on those symptoms, we are now going to do a treatment protocol. So a treatment protocol means the following. It is a specific way of treating a specific symptom or disease in order for that symptom to be completely healed out of the record, out of the body. So that would be body, soul, and spirit altogether. And not only to treat the symptom, but to treat it within all the different areas of the body. I hope that makes sense. Otherwise, we can just say, diffuse a bit of lavender. But there's specific dosages and there's specific usages needed in order to treat different organs and diseases, in order to restore it. And we want to see with this disease treatment plans or protocols how to restore the disease within the body, the record within the body. Not only treat the thing daily, the allergies daily, but to restore it. So you're going to do these blocks. You're going to draw a table. I think we call this a table with all of the different blocks. So we have 3 on top, 1, 2, 3, and then you have kom ons ook so kan julle sien. Goed. And then you have 4 down below. And in the top 3, you will be this is now going to be your protocol that you put on your fridge to understand how your treatment will look like. Okay, on top you will have morning, afternoon or lunchtime, and night, so bedtime. Why do I want to divide it between morning, lunch, and night? Because we want to create an environment within your body where on a 24-hour basis, we have the correct nutrition, the correct biochemical programmed oil molecules in the correct dosages being given to the body in the correct way and application in order to treat that symptom or disease completely. And this is a 24-hour cycle. If you want to have the best, most effective results, this is the way I would suggest making your treatment plan. Okay, and then you will have on the left side, I didn't leave a lot of space on the left. I'm just going to put the first letters of it. The diffusing of oil. So diffusing oil in your house with a diffuser. The topical application of oil, and that will be applying oils on your spine, on your skin, on your neck, on your navel, on your temple, anything that goes onto the skin. And then we have the internal use of oils through drinking. Now, please know that not oils are ingestible and that you can only drink oils that is pure, both spiritually and physically. And please don't drink oils that you not know the origin of and that you don't know the fruit of, even if it has certification and documentation and whatever. If there's not fruit upon that oil and you know it by its fruit, please do not use it internally. But the internal use of oil is very, very, very important. And the correct dosage with internal use is extremely important. And then we're going to do a next one, which is so important, and I also think very much lacking within our understanding. And the last one will be supplement. So I'm just going to write this out. It's going to be supplementation. Supplementation, or let's just say herbals. So what do you think the difference is between an oil and a herbal capsule? Ek het nie 'n crowd met wie ek praat, so ek gaan maar net antwoord. This is what I don't like about Zoom. I can't just quickly speak to you guys. But there's a big, big, big difference between using an oil and using a herbal capsule. The cinnamon herbal powdered form is not at all in its biological, biochemical substance the same thing than a cinnamon oil. So there's a big difference. The herbal is classified in scripture, the dried herbs. So this is dried herbals, or this is plant material. Is classified in scripture in Genesis 1 verse 29 as it will be given to you for food for the body. So herbals and what we get out of nature is given to us to sustain our nutritional level that every organ and every system needs in order to function properly, fully, as it should. If you do not eat properly, if you do not eat clean, and you do not eat a balanced diet of everything, all the nutrients, the minerals, the vitamins, everything your body needs in order to sustain itself on a body level, you are going to have to supplement, because you are not getting in that specific food type that your body needs for nutrition. Loads of diseases do originate out of a nutritional lack, out of a specific mineral or vitamin lack within the body. And that is where supplements do come in. So supplements is not all equal. Chemical made supplements are really very poorly absorbed within the body, and in my opinion, dangerous. The body really reacts based on a natural form of that thing that you need to eat. So that will be some sort of herbs, superfoods, nutrition that we need to get in. Okay, the supplementation usually will be used more daily, on a daily basis. I would say more continuous throughout your life, because your body is going to need the correct minerals and nutrition. So it's not going to, you're not necessarily afhankelijk as wat is afhankelijk?
Dependent.
Ja. Dankie. You're not necessarily dependent on omega-3 oil in order to keep your body in complete wholeness and healing, in order for the disease to be decoded. But your body needs a daily amount of omega oil in order for your brain and all of your body organs to function properly. So there's a big difference between supplementation, herbal capsules, and oils. Oils were designed as medicine. And as I said earlier, medicines are high programmed molecules that does not necessarily fix a nutritional lack, but what they do is they restore a healing process or code within the body. On a body level, they start cleaning out the body, detoxifying the lymph, cleaning out the gut, fixing and cleaning out parasites, being antibacterial, being antiviral, starting to clean the water, making your water more acidic, etc. Within the soul, they start to break down the trauma records, open up the emotions, start to heal the trauma roots, keeping that disease in place. And within the spirit, they will start to deprogram the miswritten codes within the DNA. They will start recoding them into the correct DNA coding. They will start healing the seed and restoring the seed. So the two things are very different, but both of them are necessary to bring forth complete healing. Because in scripture, we do see that oils and herbs are most of the time mentioned together. And when we look at the tabernacle, there was a dried substance, which was the incense. And our scripture just references it as, in Afrikaans, as wierook, en as olie, en as olieoffer. No, it was the dried herbal, the dried plant material that was burnt on the incense altar. This is the supplementation that's bringing into the body. And then we had the liquid oil, which was called the Holy of Holy anointing oils, that had to be made every time the priest went into the tabernacle. And that part is the lifeblood, and that is the oil part. So we see within the tabernacle that both these two the dried plant part, the dried material of the plant, together with the oil, works best. And it is the whole process of the Garden of Eden. If we look at Songs of Solomon, everywhere there is references to oil, spices, and herbs. Okay, and that's also a big reason that I brought out a spice range, because we do not have pure spices left in the shops. Spices is an extreme important part to your health because of the micronutrition and the supplementation that it gives to the body. So spices, herbs, and oils are always mentioned together through scripture. Sometimes the oils are for sure referenced separately, but I do see a correlation in them going hand in hand. And what I also see is that the effectiveness of both of these, with the supplementation being restored and the oils being restored within the body heals quicker, it heals faster, more effectively.
Yes.
Siri is speaking to me. And when we take both sides, we just create an environment for the body to heal that program much quicker. But for that, we need to know where is our problem, where is our roots, where is our nutritional lack. I mean, if you're going to eat white bread with peanut butter and syrup every single day. I had a child now with extreme psoriasis. And I asked the mother, what is this child eating? And she said, no, in the morning he has Rice Krispies, and then for a snack at school, she gives him white bread with peanut butter and syrup. And I'm thinking, okay, well, then just stop doing that and he will be fine. Because it's so important to not try and fix a problem that you are causing with your diet with, for example, gut cleanse. Gut cleanse is amazing, and I've seen incredible testimonies with that. But please look at what you're eating. Look at the supplements you're using. What are you drinking? And get those things in place, and the body will respond so much quicker, so much faster on healing than it would have if you did not take that out. If you're, for example, intolerant to glucose, nie glucose nie. Gluten. You're intolerant to gluten and milk, for example, my husband is, and you want to treat your gut and you do the gut cleanse protocol, but like you tell me, every second week I need to again drink it, because you are continuing putting something within the body that the body is fighting and building an autoimmune reaction upon. So those things need to shift. Okay, so this is the protocol page. I'm just gonna, yes. And we are going to position your treatment plan in these different blocks. Okay, so as you have your supplementation plan and you have your vitamin C that you drink in the morning, and you have your, for example, folic acid, and at night you have your calcium and magnesium, and you use in the afternoon your omegas, it's the same concept. But now we're going to incorporate the oils per symptom in the different blocks. Okay, so first one we have is diabetes. My question for you is, what is causing the diabetes? What caused it when it started? And most of the time, I see that the underlying factor here is trauma. So we want to diffuse in our first block at night, the trauma blend. And we want to diffuse about 5 drops of trauma blend for 8 hours during the night while sleeping. So that's going to be your first thing that you write in your block. The second thing with the insulin resistance or the diabetes, we want to treat the blood sugar levels. We want to restore them and stabilize them. So for that, internally, you're going to give this person the blood sugar support blend. And they will drink 1 capsule of this once a day. 1 capsule, that will be the dosage of the blood sugar support blend. Okay, if we look a bit deeper, and this is diabetes type 1, we want to give this person DNA protector blend, because we want to give them something that will sort out the programming. So we have protector, DNA protector blend, 1 capsule a day at night. All right, so there we already have 3 oils. We have 1 that you're diffusing, we have 2 that you're going to drink. This is what I would say, this will be a very basic start to treating diabetes. As supplementation, for sure, I would suggest using the herbal insulin resistance. Okay, and I would suggest 2 capsules 3 times a day to support the body, to support the function of the pancreas daily in healing itself on a nutritional level. So we look at that out of a nutritional level. So this one is done. So you are going to use all of those oils together with your glucophage, and you will use it for a few months. And in that process, you're going to see how your body reacts. How do I feel? What does my blood sugar levels look like when you test it? Is it stable? And then start lowering your dosages of your chemical medication over a period of a few months. And with that period going through lowering the dosages, you will see how your body responds. If your symptoms are not stable and your blood sugar is going up and down, then you're not there yet. Then you go back on your normal dosage and you start digging deeper. What am I missing? Maybe you should do a full body detox. Maybe you should do a parasite detox. Maybe you should do a liver detox, just to get the body in order to respond to what we're doing. A lot of times, people just don't respond to something because of a blockage within the body. And that might be, for example, the lymph system that is so toxic that it's not getting everything out. So it might be some simple things that we can do. Now we look at ADHD. So for an ADHD patient, we want to give something that's going to go through the blood-brain barrier, work in the brain directly. And that will be through a diffusing technique. So we want to give them, for example, the brain blend and the trauma blend in a diffuser. Both of them together, 5 drops each during the night, while sleeping or during the day where they are sitting and working. Okay, if this ADHD is very severe in a child, very severe ADHD, I would want to go and have a look at, has the child been vaccinated? Actually, with every person, this is a question we need to ask. But this is the type of things your brain process has to go through. Is this person vaccinated? If the child has been vaccinated with child vaccines, we want to do a full vaccine detox. So we want to give that child the heavy metal detox blend, the DNA protector blend, and you're going to start applying it underneath the feet, over the tummy. And if the child is above 7, I would say put about 5 drops of frankincense and myrrh blend into the mouth, on the tongue, to start cleaning out the body. So that's going to be basic underlying things for the symptom. Another thing we want to do with ADHD, you want to give this child topically on the neck and over the chest, and inhaling the neurodivergent support blend. Neurodivergent, I'm just giving some examples, support blend. Okay, in the morning, for example, before they go to school. So do you see, we have something being diffused, topical, we have inhalation, and we have a supplement. We have different routes of administration because when we use different routes, all of the different systems and all of the different organs in the body can respond to these molecules going through them. If we only use topical application, for example, we are not going to have the effect within the brain, through the blood-brain barrier, and within the central nervous system that we want. So it is best to incorporate all of the different methods together for the body as a whole to respond quicker. Okay, and then as a supplement for this, for sure, for children, for a supplement, you want to give omega oil. That's going to be important for the brain. You want to give the brain a herbal capsule, for example. You want to give the memory tincture, the memory and concentration tincture, for example. I'm just doing quick notes there, but please follow what I say. And you can read up on all of those in depth. If you have not joined the Hadassah Healing Oils Telegram group, please join that group, because that is where we share all of the technical information of every single product in depth. We have a lot of information on our website, loads, But on Telegram, we have each product specifically explaining in depth in a PDF format how this works, how to incorporate it, and with what to use it for specific conditions. Okay, so that is ADHD sorted now. Hormones for a lady who's struggling with menopause or hot flushes, we want to give here internally. The best would be hormone balance blend, 1 capsule full a day. So we're going to give that hormone balance blend, 1 capsule a day. I would suggest looking at the hormone balance herbal capsules together with that. Sleep, we want to use a diffuser. So for that at night, we will give this person the sleep diffuser oil, 5 drops for 8 hours during the night. And then again, if the sleep is because of trauma, we already have the trauma blend there. They can use those two together at night. If the person's sleep is not sorted out with that combination, we go the extra mile and we say, okay, let's add to this the insomnia herbal capsule or the insomnia tincture at night before going to bed, especially if the brain is addicted to the sleeping pills and it is so desensitized. I would suggest doing a bit of a detox and supporting the body with that process. Joh, ek dink ons is baie oor die tyd. Oeh, ek's jammer. We're not going to be too long still. I'm sorry that we're over time. For cholesterol, treating cholesterol is going to be very, very quick and easy. So for that, I would suggest the cholesterol herbal capsule. The herbal capsule would in this case be first priority before the oil. Because with cholesterol, we have one specific herbal product, red yeast extract, that is extremely effective in treating cholesterol. So we want to give cholesterol herbal capsules, 2 of them 3 times a day. If this person cholesterol is above 7, for example, you want to add to that the cholesterol blend and MZN for a few months until it is stabilized. And then you can only continue with the cholesterol oils. No, the cholesterol herbs. Ek hoop ek het dit reg gesê. I'm going to rephrase quickly again. If the cholesterol is above 7, you want to give the cholesterol herbal capsule, the cholesterol oil blend, and MZN. If it is stable, after a few months, you continue with the cholesterol herbal capsule. Pain and inflammation. So here we need to look at roots for that. Might be a place of infection within the body. It might be a root canal. It might be something that is causing constant inflammation that we want to treat. So just basically, we are going to give this person the inflammation blend internally. So we're going to give in the afternoon, for example, inflammation. So how do you know when to use something in the morning, at night, or in the afternoon? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you use blood sugar support blend at night and DNA protector blend in the morning. I just do not want you to use more than 2 different blends internally per time of the day. So you're not allowed to drink more than 2 capsules of oil in the morning, more than 2 capsules of oil in the afternoon, more than 2 capsules of oil at night. I want you to separate it throughout the day because it's just going to be too high of a dosage internally to do more than that. So if you have more than 6 oils, for example, that you want to drink, then you're going to start applying topically some of them. You might apply then the high blood pressure blend over your heart or the thyroid blend over the thyroid instead of drinking it, just in order for your body to not be overdosed through internal use. The depression, again, we're going to diffuse for depression, the depression blend. So I'm going to put it here in the middle of the day. The depression blend is going to be diffused, but we have to look at the gut with depression. So you want to add for this patient gut cleanse in a capsule, 1 capsule a day. And I would suggest as a supplement here to add to it a probiotics or a fermented food or something that is going to establish the normal biome in the gut is really important for depression, because your depression is usually centered in gut health. The gut-brain connection is very, very important. So to supplement with things to heal that will be extremely important. High blood pressure we've done, it's the high blood pressure blend with the DNA protector blend. Thyroid, also you're going to do the thyroid blend with the DNA protector blend, drinking it. Now, why do I say with loads of these thyroid and DNA protector together? Very important. With the eye protocol, you'll also see that I say use the eye restore blend with the DNA protector blend, because in the combination of those two oils, when you use them internally, you get the highest dosage of the specific antioxidant that your body needs to start healing the thyroid, but also the nutrition your body needs for it, and also to deprogram the genetic autoimmune process that is keeping your thyroid condition in place. So we want to normalize hormonal thyroid functions, and that's what the thyroid blend does. But we also want to treat it deeper to restore the cellular restoration process of the physical thyroid for it to be able to maintain the normal hormone levels that it has to produce. I hope you understand that part. For your eyes, poor eyesight, you want to drink the eye restore blend, and you want to drink the DNA protector blend. Definitely together, because it delivers to the eyes the highest volume of antioxidants. Your eyes recover on antioxidants, so does your thyroid, so does your prostate, so does loads of different organs within the body. And your antioxidants is supposed to be taken in with your food, which we don't do because we are not eating as we should. So both of these two oils have extreme high antioxidant levels, and we want to use them in conjunction with each other because the eyes will recover much quicker. Now, that will be an oil that you drink, but if you do struggle with eyesight, I would suggest applying around the eyesight roll-on. And in that oil, it is not the same oils within the internal ingestible eyesight blend, because that oil is only applied topically. And within that oil, there are oils in it that cannot be ingested. It cannot go through the liver, but it is crucial for eye restoration. Like cypress oil is extremely important for eyesight restoration. And most of the time, I do see people get confused with the 10 ml roll-ons, the 30 ml blends, the 100 ml blends, and they think if it is a pain 10 ml roll-on and a pain 30 ml blend and a pain 100 ml blend, it's the same recipe. Not at all, because the 100 ml blends are for topical application only, the 30 ml blends are for internal application, and the 10 ml oils, the roll-on oils, are very specifically either around your eyes or in your neck or wherever, to apply specific volumes and dosages of oils to an area, to the brain. We have also an ADHD roll-on that goes directly to the brain and to the central nervous system. So those ingredients are not the same, and the directions for use are not the same. Okay, and then topical, most of the time I would suggest doing the spinal therapy blend, the 100 ml blend, and then the pain blend. This was now again for this pain and inflammation that we didn't talk about. The pain blend, the 100 ml, over the spine or wherever your pain is. Spinal therapy is going to clean out your blood, restore your nerves, restore your lymph, and it's a really good overall oil to use in healing the body. And then we have this process where you have a specific protocol of dosages, when to use it, what to use, together with your chemical medication for a few months, and then lower the dosages. Okay, another question I get is, how far apart do I take my chronic sleeping tablet, for example, and then my oil? Let's say you're using sleep ingestible oil. I would suggest having one absorbed before taking the other one. So it might be 20 minutes, it might be an hour before or after, but just drink. If you drink the oil first, give it about 20 minutes, and then after that drink your chemical capsule, because when they are together, used at exactly the same time, there might be an effect on the absorption of that dosage fully as it was supposed to be given. But then the idea is to, within a few months, to lower the dosages of the chronic medications and to see how the body responds. With every time that you lower the dose and you do see the symptoms flare up again, I'm going to tell you something is still keeping it in place. Either it's trauma, or it's a genetic code, or it's something that's not fixed within the body. And then we need to look at that. And it's a process, but I have seen miracles upon miracles in this. I've seen so many people get healing with this process of restoring the code. And we have loads of those testimonies also listed on the website if you want to read through some of them. And I think let's open it up for questions. I'm 30 minutes over time. I'm so sorry. I'm going to stop and ask who has a question.
Okay, Lechi, there are a couple of different people who asked that you discuss certain symptoms. So the one is autoimmune disease. If you can just cover a little bit about that, and then a bladder problem. And I think you did do hormonal imbalances just now.
Okay.
But bladder and autoimmune disease.
Okay, good. So let's look at autoimmune first. Basically, what is happening within your body is there is a code that has been miswritten, a cellular process, a cellular memory that has changed its normal function to building up the body into breaking itself down. So this is a body code usually centered within the spirit area, the inner court, and the soul area. The soul spirit area, and the inner court and the Holy of Holies, sorry. And most of the time, this is a coding problem that needs to be rewritten. But I do want to suggest that there's loads of trauma connected to autoimmune diseases and emotional roots that needs to be dealt with. There's a change in the normal process of the body to bring healing and to restore and to build up every cellular function into breaking it down and literally fighting against the body's normal mechanisms. And that is against the code, the God-given code that the Lord has given us before the foundations of the earth. So what happens there is we need to change and restore that code so that the body can again restore that original design. And for that whole process, please watch the previous 4 teachings that I've done on this on YouTube, which discuss that process very much in depth. But what I would suggest is to start with trauma ingestible blend, a capsule a day, frankincense and myrrh blend, a capsule a day, the DNA protector blend, 1 capsule a day, and then spinal therapy over the spine, 30 drops before you go to bed at night. At night, your body starts to go into a resting phase. It starts to heal itself on a cellular basis. It starts to deprogram all of the trauma that you went through during the day. And this is an ideal place. It's so important to give your body the correct micro molecules and elements that your body needs at night while sleeping to recover that design. So I would also suggest inner diffuser, trauma blend, cedarwood oil. It's going to change the specific protocol in regards to what the autoimmune disease is. It might be a thyroid condition. I'm going to add then thyroid blend. It might be a adrenal condition. And I'm going to add then adrenal blend to the protocol. But the basics of DNA protector, frankincense and myrrh blend, trauma blend is going to stay the same. So in regards to where the specific attack is, maybe it's psoriasis, and then I would say add for me over the skin the irritable skin support or the skin healing cream. And then I would also treat the gut. Definitely give the correct probiotics, fermented foods, a bit of nutrition for the gut to restore the gut lining. Maybe there's a leaky gut issue that is causing the skin problem. And then we need to strengthen the mucus lining. We need to strengthen the gut barrier. So for that, I would suggest doing the colon digestive herbal capsules extra to strengthen the physical mucus lining of the gut. I hope that makes sense. Nog 'n vraag?
Alicia?
Ja, ek hoor.
Yes, so ek weet nie hoekom is daar so weird agtergrond by my nie. Maar ek is besig om te luister hierso van Celia se foon af. Ek en sy luister hierso. En my vraag gaan oor ek het diabetes tipe 1. En ek is moet ek Engels praat?
Nee, jy's fine.
Okay. My vraag is ek is deur die dokters gesê dat oor tyd dan gaan my pankreas dood en dan absorbeer die liggaam dit en skei maar basically dit uit. Dis wat ek deur die dokters gesê is. Nou wat sal gebeur indien ek hierdie treatment protocol volg? Wat gebeur met die pankreas wat hulle vir my sê is weg, is nie meer in my liggaam nie?
So what happens with diabetes type 1? When were you diagnosed?
I was diagnosed when I was 13.
13. Okay. Jy kan Afrikaans praat, dis nie 'n issue nie. Okay, so when you were diagnosed at 13, was there any situation, traumatic situation preceding that caused, in your opinion, diabetes?
So I really struggled to identify a traumatic event. There's a couple of things that happened in my past, but something that I really that was really traumatic for me is as a child that I was really traumatized by nightmares at night. I couldn't sleep peacefully at all. I was just so under spiritual attack. But eventually I was freed from that, and I haven't had any attacks like that anymore, but the diabetes remained.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So what we do see with diabetes type 1 is that it does take quite a while for the body to come into complete healing. I think this is probably one of the chronic diseases within the body that do take the longest of all of them. But also with saying that the Lord is above everything and he can do it very quickly, but because of the level of damage that has been done directly to the pancreatic cells, where they basically start to die off, as you say, that makes it a longer process of time. What I do believe and what I have seen is that all cells within the body can be stimulated to be able to bring healing and to restore. Specifically, the stem cells within your body, which is unidentified cells, undifferentiated cells, where they can be sent into the pancreas, being restored in their program and start healing the pancreas and start waking up these pancreatic cells. So I absolutely do believe that is possible. And I would definitely suggest to do a full diabetes protocol, which will include DNA protector, pancreas support blend, blood sugar support blend, and giving the pancreas a bit of nutrition, what it needs. So just read through the article that we've written. I think it's on our Telegram page regarding the pancreas and the herbs specifically for the pancreas. So those are very important, but the underlying factor there is still trauma. And I would suggest either working with a counselor in sorting out that trauma. I know it's not going to feel to you like trauma might be the reason for that, but I can really I've really seen through years of this that trauma mostly is the reason for diabetes. And when you start sorting it out, making sure you go through all of the layers of trauma, the pancreas does go through healing. So I 100% believe it can be healed, but it definitely is one of those things that do take a little longer because of the immense effect on the pancreatic cells. But in the same sentence, we can talk about cancer, where cancer cells have infiltrated the whole body, and I've seen cancer patients, being healed within 2-3 months. And then I've also seen cancer patients die and not getting their full healing. So it is a personal walk with the Lord. But I have seen something like that where the body cells have changed to such a dramatic level where we have stage 4 cancer infiltrated in all organs in the body, and there's been immense healing, change, turnaround within a few months. So it might take a few months regarding the diabetes. It depends on how much the damage is that's already been done to the pancreas. But stimulating the pancreatic cells to function again, and stimulating the stem cells, and stimulating the liver and the blood to function normally will aid much in restoring the pancreatic function.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
Renee, did
Okay.
you want to unmute yourself for the question as well? Sorry, Lisha, do you have time to answer all the questions?
I do. I just want to know, is everybody okay that we're going over time? I really do want to respect your time, Michelle. So
Oh,
I can
we're
swear you.
fine with that, as long as we cover everything that, the questions that people
So
have.
let's
so that we can
do
help
the
with work.
questions. I'm good with doing the questions.
Okay, we have a question that says, to discuss complex PTSD and amnesia.
To discuss complex
PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and amnesia.
Okay, so this is, in my opinion, a different teaching, which is just going to result around what is trauma and how the body processes trauma. To discuss this in depth is going to take a few hours. I would love for you to just revisit the previous teachings that I discussed trauma overall within the body, but just to touch on it. The body's natural mechanism of defense for survival is to cover and isolate and protect and create like a barrier over specific trauma memories. It's just the body's natural way to dealing with trauma. So what happens is a very traumatic incident, for example, at 18 years, and that memory gets covered. So the memory is not at the frontal lobe, it's in the amygdala, it is in the layers of the subconscious memory. It is covered up and you cannot access it quickly. So that is usually forgetting specific times of your life, or forgetting a specific incident that happened, because that trauma is then covered up. Basically, what I would suggest is to start trauma treatment with the trauma protocol, which is trauma ingestible blend, a capsule full at night. We have seen incredible testimonies on the trauma ingestible blend, where these memories start coming to the front, where we see people dreaming again, amazing things that the Lord opens up within their night dream time, and those memories coming to the front where it can be dealt with. Also, I would suggest diffusing the trauma blend, applying the spinal therapy, because most of these trauma triggers sits within the central nervous system. And the central nervous system is the communication system in the body. So when that trigger goes off, it goes through the electric current, the central nervous system in the body, and the body starts either reacting in the PTSD definition word of it, or with anxiety or stress or sleeplessness or whatever that reaction of the trigger is. So in order to treat that, I would suggest the trauma protocol. In order to understand it in depth, I would suggest really going into the teachings on trauma. I know Bianca has also done great teachings on trauma that you can go and have a look at. On this page on YouTube, just trauma. Type in trauma. Okay, another question.
So, Leisha, I see several people are asking if they can reach out to you personally for protocols. I know you have been open to it. I'm not sure if you just want to answer that question at the moment.
Yes. So I would love to help you guys with protocols. I think first prize for me would be to teach you in helping yourself and helping others, and in that way much more people can be reached. But I do understand it's a process, and for that you're so welcome to reach out to me, especially if you have loads of different things going on and you're not sure how to combine the different protocols together. Please send me a WhatsApp and I will tell you exactly what to do in that regard. I just want to ask you, if you do reach out to me, please do not send me an email. I just have too much email. So please send me a WhatsApp to my cell phone number. And my cell phone number is 073-878-2014. I'm giving you my number with the following request. If you do send me a message and I didn't answer you in a day or 2 days or 3 days, then I need you to send me a question mark, because I lost your message. It's not because I was offended or I didn't want to answer you. There's hundreds of people sending me messages, and sometimes I just lose a message. So please know that you are welcome to also reach out to the website, where the protocols are so incredible. I would love for you to spend time on the website, because that will be your equipping. But with extra help needed, I have absolutely no issue if you send me a message and ask for help. We also have so many distributors that are beautifully trained. I think I've tried really hard to train them well. So you can ask them for help if you want. But if you really feel like I am the only person that can do it, you can send me a message, and that's fine with me. And then also, let's say you can't get hold of me quick enough, please send an email to my office and they will probably be able to help you quicker. Please don't call me. If you do have my number, it's not something, I'm not going to take a call because I'm on a farm. We basically have no signal here. So for me to take a call is extremely frustrating, because I can never hear what you're trying to say. So I just really prefer helping you guys on WhatsApp, if that's okay.
Okay, Leisha, there's 2 more questions. If I missed a question here in the chat box, just remind me, because there's a lot going on here. But there's someone asking about prepping the lymph before detox, how to prep the lymph before detox. And then the other question is the hormone protocol enough for women who had had a hysterectomy?
Okay, so for the lymph, your diet is really, really, really important with your lymph, and daily exercise is really important. There's actually loads of factors. I think we do have a detox pathway blog on the website, very great to read through how to treat the lymph. But I'm thinking to do an article just on lymph alone, because of the severity of the knowledge that we do not have regarding the lymph. Let's just say it like that. The lymph system, really important to drink enough water. I would suggest in your water to drink about 2 drops of living waters blend daily. That will start flushing out of the lymph system slowly. Then I would suggest drinking the detox herbal tea, a cupful every morning and a cupful every evening, just after lunch. which is also going to start flushing out slowly the lymph. And then we need to look at drinking specific things, trying to avoid too much caffeine or caffeine at all, trying absolutely avoiding sugar and all of those things. That's basics that you can read on the blogs. And then we need to incorporate some sort of exercise and movement in order for the lymph to be facilitated. So the detox tea and the living waters blend will start flushing out the lymph, but we need movement in order to facilitate that. So rebounding or walking or doing some sort of exercise is really important in prepping the lymph for a detox. And then I would also suggest we have a new blend that will come out in a few weeks. It's called Lymph Restore. Look into that blend. I will also share the information on Telegram. But your lymph, I can honestly tell you, is one of the main reasons that people do not get breakthrough in their processes and in their healing. The lymph system is supposed to detoxify every single one of these records that the body is filtering out of the body, and the body is not able to do that if your lymph is stuck or blocked or toxic. So please look at the different lymph products and how they work and incorporate them together. We also have a herbal product, a capsule and a tincture that you can use, very, very effective in cleaning out the lymph. And these will help you with those detoxifying symptoms when you start really detoxifying the lymph. Honestly, your sweat is not supposed to smell or to have a bad scent to it. If it does, it means that your lymph is blocked. And to just cover it up constantly with deodorant is really worsening the problem, because you are creating a place where all of those toxins come together and they get blocked. That is why we have so many people with breast cancer, because we have a bra that here is blocking our lymph, and we are now, using deodorant here. So all of the toxins in the lymph nodes around this area is blocked off, cannot move. Obviously, it's going to cause very, very dangerous effects within in women. If you are breastfeeding, so important. Please, before breastfeeding and before getting pregnant, please do a lymph detox, because that is going directly to your baby. Please make sure your lymph is clean. Okay, die volgende vraag het ek vergeet, dit was oor die hormone. Is it enough to do hormone balance blend if you have had, what was the question? If you have had
A hysterectomy.
a hysterectomy. Hormone balance blend, the oil, is definitely the starting point, and it's really effective. And with most people, I see that alone is effective on menopause. Absolutely. But I also do see that people really do not eat properly, and their hormones don't have enough nutrition to sustainably bring forth that healing. So I would suggest, as a basic, to do hormone balance blend, hormone balance herbal capsule together. The capsule is just going to support the body's nutritional level on hormones and facilitating hormones, where the oil is going to stabilize if it's PMS or if it's endometriosis or if it's hot flushes. Hormone balance has been probably one of the oils that we've seen the most testimonials, most fruit on in women, and it really quickly stabilizes your hormones. You can also use this blend while breastfeeding. Very, very effective to balance out your hormones after giving birth.
Sorry, Lechi, and then I missed the question before that was asking if your children have nightmares. Is there anything, or if they're scared at night and have nightmares, can you give them anything for that?
Absolutely. So what I would suggest, first of all, if your children has nightmares, is to make sure that your house spiritually is clean. Make sure that you have anointed their rooms, that you have removed any items within their rooms that is giving legal access to the demonic realm within the house. Make sure that their rooms are anointed and absolutely a place of holiness where the Lord can come and meet them at nighttime. If there is nightmares, it might be something in the house, it might be something legally on the ground, it might be something legally on an item. So make sure those things are sorted out first. And then if it does continue, I would always suggest diffusing trauma blend, cedarwood blend, and frankincense oil at night while sleeping. So diffusing that is really important because the whole room, the whole area is going to be have a dispersed, very, very small particle of these oil molecules in it that the child will breathe in while sleeping. It's going to go directly to the limbic system and to the central nervous system, where we do see dreams come forth in the night season. So to anoint them even topically on their body before going to bed would be important.
Then we have someone whose thyroid is removed, and she's asking if she should follow the thyroid protocol for the rest of her life.
Perfect, a wonderful question. If your thyroid is removed, I would suggest then using the thyroid oil as well as the capsule, and it is going to be more chronically. Ja, my Engels is klaar, julle. It's going to be more it's going to be needed more longer period of time. So you will probably use it every day or every second day for the rest of your life to be able to mimic and sustain your thyroid levels in your body, because you do not have the organ anymore. And I have loads of people whose thyroid have been removed and their thyroid functions are stable with the oil and with the capsule, but it's going to be, you're going to use it probably for the rest of your life to mimic and to vervang daai funksie.
I think I have mentioned all the questions. If I missed yours, just wave at me. And then someone just said it's very interesting how the protocol looks like the breastplate, like the breastplate that the priests were wearing. So I thought that's worth mentioning.
That is very special. That is very special. And I do see that function of the 12, the governmental function, is so important to incorporate into your body in order for the governmental restoration that needs to take place out of the spirit man governing over the physical body. So that's really special. I think you are the first person out of thousands of people who ever said that, who has seen the 12, who has actually commented on that. So that's really amazing.
Okay, ek gaan net lees in Afrikaans. Is daar enige effek op ons liggaam die feit dat almal se mangels as kinders in die 90's uitgehaal is?
So again, the effect starts to take place within the function of your immune system. And what we do see is a compromised immune system, an immune system that is not strong enough, that's not able to find, with the milk the same, that's just taken out of the body. It all has to do with the strength and the resilience of your immune system. So if you, I don't know if you get sick more often or what the case might be, but I would suggest strengthening the immune system. This is what I would, if you have nothing necessarily wrong with yourself, strengthen the immune system, because there are things coming, and we've all seen it with COVID, but there are loads of things coming that is directly attacking the immune system. And if you don't have a proper immune system, you are going to suffer in the days to come in order to keep your body sustainably healthy. And when you are sick and the body has been under attack of severe viruses and bacteria, it's much more difficult to gain that ground again and to come to a place of where you were before that. instead of just strengthening your immune system. And we have loads of things to do for that. You can do viral plus C daily. You can do, the immune blend in a diffuser. You can strengthen the immune system through getting all infections out of the body, getting your teeth sorted out, getting your gut sorted out, getting constant infections and inflammation in the body sorted out. That might be from what you're eating. If you're drinking loads of milk, that molecule casein is creating constant infection in your gut lining. That is causing constant bacterial attack on your immune system. Your immune system is constantly fighting, so it's constantly compromised. So now you are not strong enough in the immune system for when a virus attacks you. So there's so many things to think about, but mainly it has an effect on the immune system functioning of the body.
So, sorry, I'm just busy answering, but I am going to just say it out. So someone was asking, if you want to have a fresh start on your body, where do you start? And I think that is that cleansing the record of your body. So if you have not watched Lechi's teaching, it's on both my and her YouTube channels. You can go watch that teaching. I think that's
I think a really good answer also with this, if you don't have specific symptoms or a specific disease, but you just want to restore your body, I would suggest doing a protocol where you do outer court, inner court, holy of holies together. That would be something like, I'm quickly going to show you just a quick recap. This is your cell. Okay, so best way to treat, that's DNA. Best way to treat is those three areas together. So we want to do outer court, we want to do inner court, we want to do holy of holies, and that opens up the path of healing, the alignment of the three gates of the body, the path of restoration, of cellular restoration within the body. This is how every single one of my protocols is designed, because if we only treat one of them, it's not going to really bring forth that healing. So outer court oils, everything here would be stuff like gut cleanse, hormone balance blend, liver detox, lymph blend. That's all outer court oils. So to do a proper detox and cleanse would be outer court. Inner court, this area would be stuff like trauma blend, memory blend, brain blend, rescue blend, mostly diffusing, or spinal therapy will also be in this area, doing the second layer. So we want to detox, but we want to go deeper into the trauma records. And then this part will be stuff like frankincense and myrrh blend or DNA protector blend. So your protocol would look something like: drink 1 capsule full of gut cleanse in the morning, drink 1 capsule full of DNA protector at night, drink 1 capsule full of frankincense and myrrh blend in the evening. And then diffuse trauma blend at night, apply spinal therapy, drink living waters blend for your lymph, and do detox tea. Just a basic run through, start cleaning out the systems and start aligning them with each other. Does it make sense?
Lechi, do you have any distributors in America?
If you are living in America and you want to distribute for us, please do so. But I don't have one yet. I'm not sure if I have one yet. I don't think so, but we are sure that there will be distributors in all the nations soon. So what we can do, if there's not a distributor, we ship daily out of our office to all nations. So you can order, you can quote, you can get a courier quote. We give you your parcel with your courier quote, which is not too bad, especially for America, where your currency is so strong in regards to the South African rand. And we just ship it directly to your house, and it's very effective, very, very fast. And this is what we are currently doing to most nations where we don't have distributors. We just ship directly to you.
Yeah. Okay, I also want to mention, I am looking into becoming a distributor. We have been praying about it. We've just been waiting for the timing, and we are in Canada. So you can also contact me. We should, I think, get on board soon with you, Lechi. I just wanted to mention, this is such a special session for me. because Lechi reached out to me to teach this session. And right before that, I was sitting with Abba Father, and I was doing some work for Atava. And some of you might know I did this planner last year for 2024. And this is the planner that I did, which was for, just a planner for people who are on the I think Hebraic roots road with their faith. And so I did this planner last year, and I wasn't planning on doing it again just because I'm feeling a little overwhelmed and everything. And Abba just came and spoke to me and he said, well, open up. This is a bit of a testimony, sorry. I just wanted to say how special this is, because it fits in so well with what he is doing in the body right now. So I was sitting with my work, and he said to me, open up your planner. And I opened it up, and he said to me, what do you need to change to do it again? And so I was looking through it, and I just realized at the end of it, there wasn't a lot that I needed to do. It just felt so overwhelming looking at it from the outside. And he said to me, well, start doing it. And as I walked away from my computer, I said to him, well, am I using the same front page? What am I doing here? Like, we're still in the same season. And he said to me, no, we're not in the same season. And so I just want to show this again. Last year, specifically, he gave me this picture. Sorry, my kids wrote on the front of my book already. This picture of someone just blowing the horn in awaiting the bridegroom's arrival. And so it's the bride just waking up to awaiting our bridegroom and just calling out to him when he is coming. And so we were in a season that, this is what Abba showed me, is that we were in a season where he was awakening his bride and getting everyone to start arising and start living this set-apart lifestyle, because he is coming back to fulfill his promise to us. And as I was walking away from my computer, he gave me a complete new picture. And this whole picture, I'm going to show you a picture now. I'll just maybe stop recording before then, because I haven't made it public yet. But the picture was very specific. And the meaning of this picture was that we are going into a time of equipping the bride. So the bride has been awakened and has been, is calling out to a bridegroom. But we need to be equipped to live a set-apart, righteous lifestyle. And just after this, I think it was a day or two later, Lechi sent me this message to say that Abba has been pressing this in her heart. She needs to equip people to walk this road by themselves. And I think this is such a precious time, because he has changed all my teachings from there on for the rest of the year into equipping teachings where we learn how to practically do something by ourselves to live this set-apart lifestyle, which is upstream from what we see in the world. So I think we're in such a special time where he is equipping us to live this lifestyle that he has intended for us from the start, and to start restoring to the ground that he had given us in the beginning. So I just wanted to add that in.
Ons kan jou nie hoor nie.
Thank you. Sorry, is there any other questions for Lechi before I stop recording?